Oh, what's up, everybody? We are live here at Shred Studios. Jason, Shred Studios, that's what we're calling it from now on. I love this. But hey, we are hanging out with one of my really good friends, Brad Raquel from The Great Link. We're going to be getting into that. But I got to say, I'm excited to have Brad here hanging out with us because he's been a longtime friend, partner in crime and many things. And I found out this today. I knew he was a Star Trek fan, but I didn't know Jason was a Star Trek fan too. So I found out that you guys have a commonality there, Brad. So that's pretty cool. For all you Trekkie fans out there, Brad's definitely one of those. But Brad, before we get into Great Link, we got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about that because honestly, the Great Link and LinkedIn, what we're talking about today, building influence on LinkedIn. You've heard Jason and I talk about this a lot because LinkedIn is one of those platforms. We're live on LinkedIn right now. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. But LinkedIn is one of those platforms. I think it's kind of been in the background of so many people's minds. We're going to get into that here in just a second, Brad. But before we get into that, I kind of want to talk about you because most people don't know who Brad Raquel is. Like nobody knows who Brad is, and I want to give the people an opportunity to get to know you a little bit and your background because I think your background plays a crucial part and role of how the Great Link even came to be and what it does for people. So tell us a little bit about your background because it's pretty unique.
Absolutely. Yeah, I refer to myself as a recovering social worker.
Which is like, wait, what?
Yeah, recovering. I'm a former social worker and therapist and a computer programmer and it all
and a welder
and mechanic, and a licensed optician. I've done a lot.
I say you're a well-rounded guy, Brad. You're kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah, but recovering social worker, and I don't know if most people know social workers, but the main thing that they do is connect people to others.
Yep.
So it's been a lot of fun.
And that's that's something why the Great Link makes so much sense. And when we first started working together on the project and really starting to see what it could do, that connecting that relationship, that's what you're like, you do it probably better than most people. And because real estate, mortgage, sales, any industry where you're building that relationship, that's why I think it does so well, is because that's really your background. That's what you're really good at.
It's all about the relationship, understanding people and being a friend with them. And then just moving it on from there to your business.
And I think that's one of the problem with technology these days, because there's so many people talking about technology and bots and AI and all this. And I think it plays a part, but when it comes down to it, technology is great. And Jason and I talk about this a lot, but it still comes back down to the relationship and how you start that relationship and how you build it.
Oh, absolutely.
So go into that a little bit more, I guess.
Being real with people, being genuine with them, be who you are. Don't try to put on a facade that you're somebody else. And that's one of the most important things about building that relationship with people is just genuinely be yourself and genuinely care about others. And as they see that, so they know that you care about them, they know that you're not going to put them in the wrong type of deal. They know you're not going to put them in the wrong type of environment or situation because you care about them and they're able to feel that.
See, and the fact that you actually have that's your mentality, that's who you are at your core, it has absolutely been reflected with how you've built the Great Link. So for those who don't know, the Great Link is actually a tool, and we're going to get into that because it's one of the tools. I get asked a lot how I've built my presence on LinkedIn. I have a fairly large following on LinkedIn, and it's been partnering with Brad and the Great Link that's really helped me not just have great connections there, but start great conversations, build great relationships. So go a little bit kind of behind the scenes, if you will, with the Great Link and how that even started.
It started off doing recruiting with it, where I wanted to be able to grow my influence and be able to have my recruiters be able to talk to hundreds of people every day. So we developed the Great Link. It's a system where we go in and we first connect you to your contacts or people you want to be connected with on LinkedIn. In Josh's case, I think we started with a little over 2,000 people, and within 7 months,
got to 22,000 people. And that's just it. That's how powerful it was. And I talked about it as I was building my presence, building our brand. It was something that it gave me an opportunity to get that brand out there, to get it in front of people. And they said, not in a spammy way. One of the biggest things that we see is everybody on LinkedIn has experienced this, especially when people hear like recruiting, they're like,
yeah.
oh, those recruiters, like, oh, but you did it in such a different way. And it's connecting with people. It's building that relationship. It's not just spamming them like, hey,
no.
Brad, this is why you should join our company. This is why we're the best. This is like, and when any of us get a message like that on LinkedIn, we're completely like, it turns off. I delete you, I block you. But the Gray Link's done it in such a different way.
Yeah, it's done through a relationship base. Even when we're connecting with people, we always send out individual connections or invitations and a very friendly, hey, call them by their name. We'd love to connect with you. And it's amazing how many people connect back and want to be a part of something that's not pushy.
Imagine that. We don't want to be sold as humans. Like,
Yeah.
we just want to have a conversation. And if you're reaching out to somebody that just to start a conversation, like, hey, yeah, I'll start a conversation with Brad. Seems like a good guy. Check out his profile. And that's why I think LinkedIn is especially one of the most powerful and influential platforms right now, is because not only is there opportunity for like business to business conversations, but also business to consumer. I think so many people just look at LinkedIn as business to business, but also like it's a business to consumer platform where you can really build an influence and a brand on there as well.
Oh, absolutely. And especially like when we were setting out those connections for you, the first thing they did was look at your profile. And a lot of people make their LinkedIn profile look like a resume, which is fine. It looks a whole lot better if you make it to look like a landing page for yourself. Go over who you are and why they would want to work with you, rather than what awards you've won, because frankly, nobody cares.
I love the bluntness there, and it's so true. And that's what was so fun working with you guys on this, is because and a lot of people are thinking like, wait a minute, isn't this like cheating? Aren't you like buying followers, buying likes? You're absolutely not. That's what I loved about the Gray Link, because there are companies out there where you can just buy followers, you can buy likes, and that is cheating. But with the Gray Link, they actually get to know who I am, who I was, and what audience I was looking to. So if you're in the mortgage space and you want to connect with other mortgage professionals, if you're in the real estate space, you want to connect with other real estate professionals, the Gray Link can do that.
Or buyers.
Exactly. Yeah. Consumers. So if you're wanting to target consumers on LinkedIn, they can help you with that. And people are thinking, well, isn't that through content? Well, yes, but the larger your audience, the larger your sphere, the better, the more content you're putting out, the people are seeing that. They're not creating the content for you. They're just helping you with those connections.
Right.
And that's the powerful part of it, is you're really able to target those people. And I mean, if I can get into details, when I was using, because I actually use it in the mortgage business as well, let's say you want a niche, because there's a lot of people talking about niches. You guys can actually help people niche in a very small, like if they want to focus on doctors or a small group, they can focus on that too, right?
In any geographical location.
See, that's even more powerful. So maybe you want to focus just on, we talk a lot about being the digital mayor. So maybe here in Utah, here in Salt Lake, or here in Utah County, if I want to focus on financial planners, I can focus on financial planners just here in this area.
Right. And then once connected with them, we're able to go in and get all their information for you.
This is the crazy part, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening right now, so not only are they able to connect with it, but they're actually able to build you a database of people. That's something that we're all looking for, being able to build a database of people, have their information, so we can do drip marketing to them as well. Because again, we all know sometimes when we meet somebody, it takes a little bit more help, a little bit more messaging content that they need to see before we end up doing business with them. Direct consumers, we all know that it takes a little bit more, and that's something that once you've gathered their information, now you can go back and use it again, and not just through LinkedIn, but email, text. There's so many things that you guys do.
Right. Once we grab the information, we are then able to text message people on your behalf, and link to message them on your behalf, and email, and a lot of other fun things we're able to do with it as well, and just building your presence and helping you achieve your goals in a very genuine way.
And I think that's what's so powerful about it, is because we hear about authenticity, being transparent, but it is being genuine. It's being you. It's not a company who's just out there, like I said, spamming people. The message is coming from you. It's coming from Brad. It's coming from Josh, and it's actually coming from that person. And that's why I think it has been so successful. And we're actually excited. We're actually going to be beta testing. Everybody's, you guys always hear us talk about putting our money where our mouth is, actually showing it. We're actually going to be doing Jason and some of our team here at Shred. We're going to be putting them on the system as well, showing you how it can help, how it's connecting, how it's building that influence. Because as we know, within any industry right now, is building influence is big. Now, Brad, tell me this. Why do you think LinkedIn right now Why is that such a powerful platform? And I'm not discrediting Facebook or anything else, but why do you think LinkedIn is such a powerful platform right now?
It generally has less noise on it, but also because it's more direct. You have more professionals on there, and I've heard stories about people buying Facebook leads, and they're less good versus social network with professionals and getting those leads from actual professionals. It's but the reason why it's amazing right now, I think it's always been amazing, it's untapped or less tapped, and you're able to do a lot more with it.
I think that I was going to say that's probably for me, that's the biggest thing is there's so much other noise out on these other spaces. And it's not to say that there's not noise on LinkedIn right now, but it's just been underutilized. It's been untapped.
Right. Plus, you're able to find out what companies people are working with, their phone numbers, their email addresses. You're able to really connect with them once you're connected with them versus just having one vehicle or one avenue of doing it.
And that's just it. You have to have multiple avenues. Right. And that's why it becomes so powerful. So being able to, like I said, connect with them, being able to gather their information, then being able to utilize that, like, guys, that is so powerful right now. There's so many companies out there that are saying, buy leads, buy leads, buy leads, create influence. Like, and that's what you guys are doing more than anything. That's the thing that blows my mind, ladies and gentlemen, is everybody's talking about just buying leads, but create the influence yourself. And those people are coming to you. You're going to have more people coming to you. Those are leads.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's powerful about it.
And they're so much more meaningful because they already feel like they know you if you're doing it the right way. If you're being genuine, they already know you versus some cold lead. They don't know you. They're just giving you, it's just dirty.
You're just not buying information through a data aggregator anymore. You're actually and that's why, like you said, Brad, that's why it's so cool. It's because it's a powerful platform. Like, it's no longer just going on and paying $25 a lead or paying $25 for Zillow. We've been talking about Zillow a lot. It's not just buying that data anymore. They're coming to you. Like, you've built that trust with them. You've built that relationship with them. And that's why the Great Link is such a powerful platform. And that's why I'm excited. And that's why we've continued to use the Great Link. We're excited to be working with the Great Link. And everybody knows we're not here to say, hey, this is why this is awesome. But these guys really are. When we see technology, when we see companies out there that are doing incredibly innovative. I could not get that out. Incredibly innovative things. The Great Link is one of those. There are companies out there that are bots that I just are ridiculous, but being able to do it like you guys do, having that, like you said, that authenticity, that genuineness, that is something that you just don't see very much right now.
And one thing I think is really neat too, if you're watching this, it's partly because we help. Josh is absolutely amazing, one of my best friends, and a lot of it is him. And also we helped create that opportunity for him to be able to reach out to you here at Shred. So you already know it works.
I say it works. Like that's just it, especially on LinkedIn. If you're watching us on LinkedIn, we probably connected through the Great Link. That's the power of the system. Is it was there. It was helping me create. It was helping me start these conversations. And now I get to be in front of you. So if you're building that brand, building your influence right now, the Great Link can definitely help you do that. And like I said, LinkedIn is the place to do it. They do a little bit of Facebook stuff as well, but right now LinkedIn is where a lot of the attention's at.
That's where it needs to be focused too. Less noise, better results, and quicker.
And guys, and like I said, when you have somebody like Brad and the Great Link who can actually help you do it, you absolutely have to take advantage of it. So if you haven't already, if you're thinking about getting into LinkedIn and you're trying to grow your presence, trust me, I was there. I was that guy who was sending message after message all by myself. But then I got in contact, like I said, Brad's an incredible friend of mine. And when we started using the system, we found very, very quickly that it could help us. It exponentially increased our efforts and our work. We're not saying it does everything for you. You still have to do a little bit of work. We tell everybody you have to be willing to do some work, but this absolutely simplifies and will exponentially increase the efforts you're putting out. And that's why it's so cool.
Yeah. I think we doubled your connections, or did what it took you months to do in just a matter of weeks.
Oh, it was weeks. Like, it was crazy. It was me and another person actually working on the system, and we had got to a couple thousand followers on LinkedIn, and then we started working with you, and we doubled within weeks. And it was just like, that took us like 6 months to do, and then you guys did it in weeks. And then, like I said, after even a couple more months, we got over 20,000 connections, LinkedIn followers. So guys, when it comes to services like this that are actually doing it genuinely, authentically, this is something. That's why when Jason and I see something like this, we want to bring them on. Plus, Brad's a really good friend of ours, and we're really excited to see what the Great Link continues to do, the innovation they continue to put out. And so, Brad, awesome hanging out with you this afternoon. Thanks for
Absolutely.
taking a few minutes out of your busy day. He's here visiting here in Utah. And so we were excited to sit down with him today and actually pick his brain on the future of LinkedIn, how you should be able to start taking advantage and building influence. So we'll post a link below. You should absolutely reach out to Brad. And if you're looking to grow your influence, if you're right now on LinkedIn, oh, we forgot to comment. If you're on LinkedIn right now, make sure, or LinkedIn on Facebook, comment #shred. That's if you're live with us right now. And if you're joining us on the replay, make sure you comment #hustle because you're out there working hard, you're hustling, and you're coming back to us after the fact. So Brad, thanks again so much. Been a ton of fun. Make sure you guys check out the link below. If you want to get to know more about the Great Link, you definitely need to reach out to Brad because, guys, I'm telling you, from me personally, this is, if you're on LinkedIn, you're probably watching me from LinkedIn because of what the Great Link has done to help me build my influence within the platform. So with that, guys, we appreciate you. We love you. And you got to show up. You got to hustle. You got to repeat every day. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, Josh.
See you guys.